we got one approved person to do it or two approved people. Yeah.
So here's my new field, and there it is.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
Okay.
All right. So we did touch on a couple of the legal fields. I'm jumping down, sorry, to line item it's number 10 on the list, the legal fields. So within our baseline, we do have a legal action functionality. Let me see if I can find one. Yep. So we do wage levies. So given there's an employer asset available, and you have the integration, with the institution that can do the levy or the garnishment, or with a bank account, financial institution for a bank account. So both of those are available in the baseline. We would create a levy case, and this is really tracking the request to that entity, and then monitoring payments if they are able to offset and provide it back into the application. So here you'll see tracking things like the outcomes, the amounts collected, and similar to the go ahead.
I'm sorry, I got a couple of questions real quick. So how can you said amount collected, how can we bring, let's say this is a legal case and we want to bring costs back in on the legal case, such as postage, filing costs?
So one of the things we do when we set up our case is we can assess, additional fees in the form of a new debt. So this out of the box here for baseline, we assess a $100 wage levy fee. So you could do anything else you needed to charge as part of your enforcement for the levy or lien. You could assess like this as a separate debt, and they're going to have to pay it off, or it'll stay out in the legal action.
So it's a total separate debt then tied. Is it tied to the one account? Is it just multiple debts under the one account?
Yep, all under. So it's all under that
same under that one.
Same root case. Yep. So over here, it's been assessed in the application. It's linked to our debtor, and they're responsible for paying it. Otherwise, it's going to be pulled in by the wage levy.
And then we would just set workflow rules in the background to say what has to be paid off first. So of course, costs get paid off before principal, things like that. Okay.
Yep. Whatever the allocation rules are for paying off the debts. And that's where you could do it by like the debt type, for example. You could pay off your costs first and then principal last.
Okay.
So everything here is really configurable behind the scenes. We have it's really just like a system parameter type table that you would go to and configure for your fees, whether it's wage levy, bank levy, license suspension is the other type. So like driver's license type things. If you have any type of integration with like the DMV, for example, that's a pretty common one. Most people pay when you threaten to take their license away. So we set these are all configurable. You can change like the dates, the amounts, all of that.
Okay.
Yep. The next one down, talking about being able to upload and attach files.
And may I ask a real quick question?
Yep.
When you say it's all configurable, and that's configurable by the user because I assume you assist us to a degree, right? When we first come in and get implemented and
Yep.
so that,
Yeah,
I'll let
that's right.
George.
Yeah, no, that's right. We would, that would be part of the implementation services to get the configurations done, right? And get it to where you need it to be to go into production. That would be part of the implementation services. Yes.
But post implementation, Dawn would have some ability to create her own fields and create her own reports and do a lot of the lifting that we don't have the ability to do today. That's fair.
I mean, it all depends on how we get that, the knowledge transfer done, right? So that they have the ability to do that. I mean, if you
Okay.
have a person in mind, it would be good to have that person is kind of integrated into the implementation team so that they can, they can get the knowledge transfer as part of
Okay.
the implementation. Yeah.
So Dawn, I'm going to say this differently. The
Mhm.
CGI team, if selected for implementation of this software, would configure all the requirements based on our conversations that we know about. And
Mhm.
if there's future things that come up that we don't know about right now, we could have a super user on the state of Alaska side that could probably do most of what we would probably need to do in the future. If there's things that we don't know about after implementation. For the CGI folks, did I say that right?
Katie, I think the one thing maybe you missed out is in our verbal estimate at this point, we are assuming that we will have some availability to you through the end of the contract. So we
Okay.
we'll have, it's not a huge amount of time, but it's,
Okay.
Enough time to handle things like that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Kenny.
Okay. Yep.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So,
Yep. So the nice thing about being built on the Salesforce platform too, so as a Salesforce user, there's a lot of training out there that is available from Salesforce. They also have certifications that you can go through for admin training. Really really nice kind of setup they have with their Trailhead training.
thank you.
So on to the next one. Ability to attach, so things like documents. There's a standard file component you can upload as you need here. You can track these. You can track versioning of these things. You can enable them for viewing and accessing on the portal. So if you wanted to share, document with the debtor, you could do that. Allow them to view their information as well.
This is attachments. These are attachments to an account?
Yep.
Okay.
Uploads, attachments. Yep. Anything that the system generates, like correspondence, for example, will be attached as well. So here, for example, this is the generation of the correspondence, and then we have the file here as well. So that'll always be available to the user if they need to reference it at any time.
Because of course, with like legal, we have judgments that come in. We have to attach all those to the counts, forms,
Yep.
different legal forms, things like that. Okay.
Police reports.
Yep.
Yep. All of that can be stored here. Yep. So the next one was talking about correspondence. Let me just go into my latest one.
I think we're looking for a letter history there.
Yep. So as part of the generation, we can track things within the correspondence record itself, who the recipient or recipients are, how it's getting mailed, whether it's being done by batch or user's manual action or email, As far as the recipients go, you can configure it to include, all the debtors, and you could do things like affiliates if you had their attorney on the account, or spouses, anything like that. You could build the template to include those, and that's true for email as well. You could CC the record owner, for example, like the internal user, so that they could see emails going out. And generally, with things like our batched mail, we would generate this file, and then depending on how you would print them, you could merge all of the related template PDFs into one file, and we could transfer that electronically to your printer, so that they could print them and stuff and mail them, or just send it out by email in like a bulk email too as well. So a lot of options there, correspondence wise, whether it's one or many related accounts, getting them out the door. Any questions on that piece?
No, I heard you say that if it is bulk letters, like we're doing a certain campaign job or doing something new first time, like DMV, let's say we get DMV and we can suspend people. What I heard you say is that could all be wrapped up in some type of batch process, right?
Yep. You could
Okay.
automate that for sure. Yep.
Yeah, or offsets, the federal offset program will require a letter. Okay.
Yep. So as far as things like templates, that's another thing that as a system user, you yourself can go in and do. It's all done through the UI. So here's our template for our final notice. So as the user, as long as I've got access to this builder tool, I can go in, and I won't spend too much time in here, but you can go in, you can pull in the merge fields that you want and put them in. So up here, for example, you can insert the field. Everything we do is off. Oh,
as soon as you created one, like your other one with your name on it, it would be available, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So like here, for example, our correspondence object is related to our case, and then quite a few other places. So we could pull in the debtor names, we could pull in case balances. Through the case, you can go in and pull in things related to the debt and counts. So I'll just pick like end date, for example. Down here, it tells you here's the field. You can change things like the date formats if you have specific formats you need to use, and then it's just inserting it wherever you want it. I don't know where that actually put that in here. Thought I had it up here, but okay. You can also do, here it is up here. You can also do tables. So like where we created those related lists, you could put in a table into the correspondence as well. If you wanted to give them like a itemized list of like their debts